Many have said it because of the truth it holds, and that is that the only thing that never changes on the railroad is change itself. That's why we as rail fans go out to film and photograph what much of the general public sees as mundane and uninteresting. Whether it's locomotives, signal equipment, operating practices, or entire railroad companies, nothing stays how it is forever. One location that has seen a lot of change in the Chicagoland area is Griffith in northwest Indiana. In the 21st century, it wouldn't be unheard of for one to think this location is north of the border, given the solitary presence of North American rail giant Canadian National. While the daily train count is healthy and the track layout is complex, Griffith Junction was, at one time, a much different and far busier place. In the 1960s and 70s, Griffith boasted a daily train count of up to 180. The junction at its peak was used by 5 railroads: the Elgin, Joliet and Eastern, Grand Trunk, New York Central, Erie, and Chesapeake and Ohio all came together here at an interlocking plant that had in total no fewer than 20 diamonds and countless switches and turnouts. EJ&E transfer diesels could be seen pointing mixed freights for destinations like Gary, Porter, or East Chicago, while the GT would send express passenger and manifest through, headed by venerable GP9s. Trains on the Erie absolutely flew across Broad Street and the Diamonds, while C&O trains exercised trackage rights on the Erie to get to their own iron here in Griffith. Multiple nearby yards meant that locals, switch, and transfer jobs were a frequent sight here. Even the occasional oddity, such as this weed spray train, might show up at any time. Given the volume of traffic here, it's safe to say the tower operators and crossing guards had their hands full. In fact, it's been said that if you stood in the middle of the junction at any point during the day, you were guaranteed to see at least one approaching headlight. By the early 1980s, mergers, rationalizations, bankruptcies, and abandonments began to change Griffith Junction into how it looks today. Traveling on the former EJ&E Main, a CN local out of Gary's Kirk Yard rolls over the diamonds of the old GT. Run-through power from BNSF is not uncommon here. A pair of big orange diesels lead a manifest freight through, heading for Kirkyard in Gary. Coming off of the former Grand Trunk South Bend subdivision, a westbound autorack train traverses the south Y of the junction. Moving to the top of the steps of the relocated Griffith Tower, we watch as a stack train follows in the footsteps of the preceding auto rack. The last train we view at Griffith on this day is a manifest freight out of Gary, led by one of Canadian National's unique SD75Is. While Griffith is far from the massive railroad conglomeration it once was, it still remains as one of Northwest Indiana's railfan hotspots. Take this as a reminder to get out and document what you see trackside. You never know when what you see every day will enter the pages of history. For now, I'm Train Track Trav. I'll see you trackside. Thanks for watching.